Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we have a chance to sit down with Felipe from the team at Instantly, who's going to go over some of the really cool components and features and AI technology that makes their product potentially an amazing game changer and possibly a necessity in your outreach efforts. There's so many steps involved to make and craft that perfect email, but what if you want to do that at scale? And what if you want to be able to do it in one place that can handle everything in a smooth fashion? Introducing Instantly, a powerhouse of a tool leveraging AI to help your emails go to that next level. So in this video, we have a chance to learn more about the company, give you a deep dive screen share, and give you the opportunity to decide for yourself if this is the right tool for you. Hope you enjoy. Felipe, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Preston. Very, very happy to be here.
Perfect. So I think it's a fitting way to get started. Would you mind just sharing a little bit more information about Instantly? Like, how old are you guys? Where are you based out of? How big is the team? A little background info would be helpful.
Yeah, no, of course. So Instantly launched 3 years ago. We are around 70 people from all over the world. Myself, I am originally from Chile, from South America. I live in Europe now, and I've been doing cold outbound for 10 years. And literally, the majority of people here instantly were pretty passionate about cold outbound and making people reply back to emails. And like I said, we are from all over the world. And I guess that kind of helps us understand how to do cold outbound globally and not just in a single region, right? So
the reason why I think that this is super relevant, obviously, with what we do and to our audience who is in recruitment, outbound is a huge component to our everyday, right? So whether you're reaching out to candidates, whether you're reaching out to companies, developing lead generation, we do it constantly. So would you be able to kind of share more just high level information? What does Instantly do? What is like your kind of your 30-second pitch for those who are curious?
Yeah, no, of course. So Instantly helps you get and close leads faster and get people to read your emails and reply to your emails. That's very straightforward and at scale, right? Because the more emails you send, the harder it is to achieve that, to land on the inbox. So yeah, we just help you achieve that easily.
So when it comes to just email outreach, right? And we can, of course, I'm sure answer a lot of this in the screenshot demo we'll do in a second. There's a lot of manual things that we have to do. So, if you want to send one email, you can just send it manually. You want to send out 5 emails, you can still do it manually, right? But the more emails that you send, the more time it's going to require to like have you stay on top of it and just require you to actually send those emails out, to send the follow-ups. So this Instantly, is it like A to Z kind of one-stop shop that handles everything from, creating campaigns, managing campaigns, follow-ups, analytics, use it at scale. So at scale, when it comes to email outreach, what that comes to mind for me is like sending out more than 50 emails a day, maybe hundreds of emails a day, thousands of emails a day, right? Can Instantly do all of that?
No, of course. I mean, so the difficult part is, as you just mentioned, when you're writing an email, when you're crafting it manually, right? That, it will just take you like a few minutes, sometimes seconds if you're really fast at typing, right? So usually the process, whether you're a recruiter, whether you're into sales, whatever you're doing, right? Whether you're trying to find new clients or offering someone like a job, it's always more or less the same. Like you have to find the person's email, you have to craft an email, right? And make sure that when they read that email, they first read it, so it lands on the inbox and reply back to it, right? Now, the issue when you want to send like on scale, when you want to send like a few hundred of those, is that, well, first you cannot just there is a limit to what you can humanly type, right? The second problem is also finding the data at scale becomes more and more difficult, right? Because the more data you need to find, the more precise it needs to be, valid emails and so on. And then you will run into two more issues. One of them is as you send more emails, you might have issues with your domain or your email account because there is a limit to how many emails you can send per email account, otherwise you can get flagged as spam. And instantly we kind of solved that. So we created a concept called rotating inboxes. And what that means in a nutshell is that we give you the capability of connecting unlimited email accounts, right? And we also help you set those email accounts up very easily with 2 clicks. We created a process to create 500 or 1,000 email accounts with literally 2 clicks. And that way you can diversify your risk, right? So then you use a pool of email accounts to send that volume of emails. I used to do call outbound already for like 10 years. And I remember the good old times where from a single email account, you could send 2,000 emails easily and still land on the inbox, right? So things have changed a lot over the years, mainly due to phishing and scams via emails, right? And thankfully, so we keep our inboxes cleaner because no one likes to receive spam. I don't like receiving spam. I think think no one likes to receive spam. So we figured out a whole process, a whole structure that is very easy. It's not too technical in order for anyone to scale their sending volume while at the same time not spamming people, not scamming people, right? Like sometimes I get questions, how do you prevent like people from abusing your platform? We actually do. So anyone like sending anything, like any phishing emails from our platform will immediately get blocked. So we want actual email conversations. We want people sending legitimate business emails, and with our software and our whole basically platform, they will be able to do so very easily. Literally with 2 clicks, set up email accounts, 2 clicks, find emails for thousands of people, 2 clicks, send emails, and make sure they land on the inbox.
Who is your typical customer? Are they larger teams and larger companies? The reason why I ask, Felipe, is because a lot of audience could be maybe just a solo recruiter, or maybe they have a really small team or really small agency. And they're like, you know what? Like, do I need to create multiple inboxes? Like, maybe we're doing good, right? Maybe sending like less than 100 emails a day. Like, why do I need to do thousands of emails a day? So what is kind of your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, so the actual client that we have is an SMB type of client. So they are usually smaller companies. And the reason for that is because getting good quality data at affordable rates is not easy. You have like large data providers. They're more aimed at enterprise customers and they will charge thousands of dollars. So we make it very affordable. The second issue is that even if you're sending a few hundred emails, right? Like maybe you're not sending like hundreds of thousands. Landing on the inbox is still not easy. And then also getting replies back from those people, it's still not easy. So I think the moment you want to send more than 100 emails a day, this kind of pays itself off, right? Like the ROI is there, mostly because of the time it saves, like, right? Like I think it's all about like, does it save time to my, to what I do, to my process daily? And also, do I get better results by using this? And generally what we find is that people who send a few hundred emails, they would get better reply rates. And then let's say if your average ticket, if your business is worth a few $1,000s, one additional positive reply could be a game changer for you, right? And we literally offer a product at $37, starting from $37, unlimited email accounts as the starting price. So if you close one sale that could be worth hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars as a recruiter, because of the extra percentage that you're getting from using your software, I think it kind of pays itself off.
So a lot of it is just a time saver. But again, what you guys do is not just like an outreach tool. You're also basically able to make the whole A to Z process workflow optimal, right? So like a lot of the work that goes into before sending out the emails is actually finding people's data. So it's really cool that people can also do that through Instantly instead of having to kind of purchase or use another third-party tool. So it seems like it's kind of like a one-stop consolidated product where if people want to send out awesome emails, whether it's less than 100 a day or thousands a day, you can do all of that at Instantly. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. And honestly, that's the end goal, right? Like just simplify things, because we noticed people were using 5, 6, 7 tools even, and just to do something as simple as just sending emails, right? So we thought, how about we just simplify all of that? How about we just make it very easy, like everything integrated already? So that way, when you have to create mailboxes, maybe you do not want to create 500 or 1,000 mailboxes. Maybe you just want to create like 5 or 10, but still creating 5 or 10 mailboxes for outreach, it still takes time. It's still work. It still will take you a couple of hours probably, because we'll request the identification code and like stuff like that. But we just simplify on our platform. We can help you create those like literally with 2 clicks. It takes 30 seconds. And then once those accounts have been created, right? If you want to source the data, same thing. Like just a few clicks, you have the emails fully validated, and then you can push them to a campaign. Then you can craft the campaign very easily. Obviously, I don't want to hard pitch instantly, of course, because I'm very biased. But you can on this platform itself use AI to craft the entire sequence. Like we have an option that we will ask you a few questions, and then you can craft the entire sequence, right? Like 4 emails, like with like literally follow-ups, like initial email plus 3 follow-ups, but fully built for your offer. And then once you send that campaign, you'll be able to see all of the replies under one central inbox. We call it the Unibox, and you can reply there. But also we have an AI that will reply for you on autopilot if you want. So we have sort of like an AI assistant that will reply back to those emails. So that's in a nutshell the whole process of doing outbound, right? It's a lot of things that are very simple, but once you start like jumping from platform to platform, they start being time wasters. So we thought, how about we just simplify all of this? We make it all integrated. We make it very easy. So if there is something in the process that you need to fix, it's already built in the process itself. So it's just very easy, right? Rather than, okay, I'm not getting good reply rates. Like people are not replying back to emails. Why? I'm not understanding why. But if you have it all under one place, it's just very easy. Everything just works seamlessly. I think it's sort of like an Apple turning to outbound type of thing. I think we're just trying to create an ecosystem of just things that just work seamlessly together. And one last thing that I want to add to all of this is we were one of the first ones to launch the concept of warmups. So what warmup is mimicking human-like behavior in order to land on the inbox, right? So this is a concept that is relatively new, right? Not too many tools out there have it. And what it does is when you create a new email account or a domain, by default, the email servers like Google and Outlook, they will tend to be very protective and they will think like, okay, is this email account and domain reliable or not, right? So what we've done is we built an AI that mimics human-like conversations. So that way, when you connect your email accounts into Instantly, we will take that email account and make it talk to another email accounts via AI, and they will have semi-real conversations, right? And then Google and Outlook, they will believe, oh, this email account from Preston is talking to this email account from Felipe, and they're getting replies back, right? They must be reliable, right? So we do that at scale with the hundreds of thousands of email accounts in a warm-up pool. So it's almost undetectable because there are just so many that they're just talking to each other while you're sleeping. You don't have to do literally anything. And that way we just build reputation for your email account and domain.
That's a really cool way of utilizing AI to warm up. And for people who are listening who are unfamiliar with the concept of warm up, it's not when you're doing outbound, whether at scale or not, you can't just open up domains and immediately start sending hundreds of emails because that can trigger a red flag and potentially categorize you immediately as either phishing or a scam or some sort. So the process of warming up is very, very important, but also the process of warming up utilizing AI that you guys do, very cool. Two more questions. Are you guys going to continue being only focused on email outbound? Are you going to be looking into other channels as well as a product, as a company moving forward? And if you can also just further elaborate on the pricing, you mentioned, I think $37. Are there multiple tiers? What do you get with the other tiers?
Oh, those are great questions. Well, we actually have already started it, right? Like I think we're just building what our users and us are asking for. And so we actually have the capabilities now of making phone calls from our platform and sending SMS too, because we realize that once you have a reply, then there comes the next challenge. So someone replied with interest. How do I close this person, right? And for that reason, right, we actually built a CRM into Instantly, which is kind of disruptive because it starts from $47 and it's unlimited seats. So if you have a team of like 5 or 10 people, you do not pay per seat. You just pay flat $47 and you can just onboard your entire team and you save a lot of money, right? But now the beauty behind this is that it's just fully integrated into the sequencer, right? Into Instantly as a whole for sending emails. And once someone replies back with interest from inside of Instantly, you can automatically push it into a CRM sort of sequence. And from there, you can directly call this person. You can purchase the phone number also from inside of Instantly and then make the phone call from in the Instantly itself. You can send them an SMS and you can just create tasks and follow up with these people. So we are venturing into sort of how do we help users close more prospects, whether it's more sales or whether you are a recruiter, close more candidates, right? And get them interested or close more companies, more clients, right? So how do we achieve that, right? Because we just want to go the extra mile with that. Now, it's not just how do we make people's lives easier with outbound, it's how do we actually make sure they get results? And for that, we also will probably venture into other channels. I don't want to spill the beans too much, but it could probably be like other social medias. I don't want to give you their names yet, but we could venture into other social media platforms. But for the moment, we just focus on email deliverability. That's our core. That's our specialty, making sure people land on the inbox and read their emails. And from there, we just keep building.
Awesome. And then what about the pricing?
So pricing starts at $37 for unlimited email accounts connected. And that is limited to the number of emails you can send per month. So you can send up to 5,000 emails per month. 5,000? Yeah, I think so. And then we have the $97 plan, which is our favorite plan. And that basically allows you to send 125,000 emails per month. So that's for the sequencer plan, right? That allows you to send emails and to warm up unlimited email accounts. You can connect unlimited email accounts into Instantly, warm them up, and then send emails, read the replies on a single Unibox, use some AI features like, for example, the AI email writer, AI spin tags, and a lot of other magic. I don't want to like get too nerdy into that. Although I'm pretty much like an email deliverability nerd. I love this stuff. And then we have other products that you can purchase separately. So rather than charging you like $1,000 for like a one package, we thought, okay, how about we just like a restaurant menu, we just let people decide what they want, right? And then we just have mini products, and then from each one of those, they can just choose what suits them best. clicks. Maybe they do not want to buy, like they don't need the data from us, right? Maybe they just want a good sequencer. Maybe they need it all, and that's fine, right? So on top of it, we have the email database or lead finder, how we call it, starting from $47 for 1,000 verified emails. And I want to highlight these fully verified emails, so they will be valid for sure and land on the inbox if you obviously follow everything correctly that we recommend you. And then the other plan is $197 for 10,000 emails, also fully verified, right? And we also have a $97 for 4,500, right? So those are more or less or like most used plans. And then we have other features as well, like the CRM, like I mentioned. We also give you the option to purchase email accounts from Instantly at $5 per Google account. So instead of paying $7 or $8 per Google account, you can buy them from us. And like I say, the beauty behind Instantly is that you can just set up 10, 20, 100, 500 email accounts with just 2 clicks, and we will take care of everything else. Now, why is it difficult to, set up email accounts? And why do I want to highlight this part? Because basically, and I hope people can kind of tell this recommendation to their friends as well. This is, whether you want to do it with Instantly or not, it's irrelevant. You can use other platforms, but please make sure that nowadays, when you're sending call outbound, you use separate domains for reaching out to people. And the reason is very simple. If you have a really nice suit, a tuxedo, or a really nice dress that costs $2,000, right? That's your main domain right now. Let's say Recruitment Agency X, right? .com. That's your main website. You do not want to use your tuxedo to paint your house or to cut your grass. And that's the equivalent of sending call outbound. You're doing the dirty job with your most desirable clothing and the most expensive one. And there are risks with that, right? Like if you're sending call outbound to the wrong people and they report your domain as spam, you could end up burning your entire domain. So the same premise applies to call outbound. And for that reason, we recommend people use something called alternative domains. That means you buy a domain that it's not the same, but it's very similar, like meet recruitmentagencyx.com or get recruitmentagencyx.com, right? And those domains, they're not uncommon. A lot of large companies, if not all of them, they use alternative domains for their different teams or for different purposes. Slack itself, like Slack is a large organization. I think their corporate email is like slackhq.com and their domain is slack.com. So they have separate domains that function differently. So it's not uncommon, right? People will not think that this is like something weird or fishy, right? So for that, you get different domains, right? And we recommend having somewhere around 3 to 5 email accounts per domain. That way you're diversifying. It's all about diversifying and spread and just reducing risk. The risk of damaging your nice tuxedo or your nice dress, your $2,000 dress, which is, it could be even more expensive. Maybe your corporate domain is worth tens of thousands of dollars because maybe your brand is very strong. So you don't want to burn your main domain. And what that could mean, and I have seen it with my own eyes, is that if you burn the reputation of your main domain and then the emails that your team is sending from it to like actual clients are landing on the spam folder, you could be losing thousands of dollars, right? So that's why you don't want to risk your main domain.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge problem that should not happen at all. So I think even adding that additional feature in Instantly, fantastic. You're also just worrying and thinking about the users of your platform and making sure they're truly being set up for success. So why don't we go ahead? I really appreciate the fantastic overview. Why don't we go ahead and give you the opportunity to kind of share your screen and we can kind of walk through Instantly.
Oh, for sure. So when you go to instantly.ai, right, our motto is find, contact, and close clients, right? Because that's literally what we try to help people achieve. So the first thing you can do is you can see a demo, right? When you click on the demo button, we have a 25-minute video that explains it. We also have a live webinar that explains how it works. And we also do for enterprise clients, like anyone, let's say, willing to spend more than $500 per month on outbound, they can jump into a call with a sales rep, right? So the first thing you will do once you're ready to start, you can click here on start for free and do a free trial, 2 weeks, right? I already have an account. So I will show you something else. So actually, I'm going to show you some actual campaigns. And I think that could be more insightful. So I have a bunch of accounts, as you can see. 1 second. Yeah, this one. So the first thing you will do once you log in into Instantly is you will need to connect your email account, right? So we try to keep things clean, right? And here I already have a few email accounts connected. When you click here on add new, you will be able to connect your own email account, right? Here is the option, connect existing email account, right? And you can connect your own Google account, Outlook, or a custom SMTP provider. You can do that on bulk as well if you want and follow the step-by-step process. When you click on any of these options, we'll give you the step-by-step. Then we also give you the option to, like I said, set up the email accounts directly from inside of Instantly. So if I, for example, type my company called Recruitment X, right, Instantly will immediately give you some domain suggestions, which you can pick, right? So it can be Click Recruitment X, Got Recruitment X, Cloud Recruitment X, and Auto Recruitment X. And then the next step will literally be using forwarding the emails, right? The domains, so recruitmentx.com. So every time I buy a new domain, the domains will always be forwarded to this main domain. And then I can choose the first name and last name for these email accounts. And that's about it. Like here, the system already set up a bunch of domains with my first name and last name ready to use. And I can just pay and everything will be set up automatically. So when I said it literally takes 2 minutes, it's just click, and you can set up dozens or hundreds of email accounts, right? So once you have either connected your own email accounts or just, purchase the email accounts through Instantly, you will see them here, right? They will be showing up here. And what you will see will be the warm-up score, right? So we're always monitoring your email accounts. This green flame means that the warm-up has been enabled. And again, the warm-up is a feature that we build in order to build reputation for your email accounts, right? And before you launch a campaign, of course, you need to make sure you have data. So we have here something called the Lead Finder, which is a database with, I think, around 250, close to 300 million emails from all over the world. But it's going to get better and better, right? We are adding more people and we should be pretty close to 5 and 600 million contacts pretty soon, right? So I'm going to do here C-level shoot and in the US, right? So here I have 4,300,000 C-level executives in the US, and I can narrow down this search further. So it's pretty simple. I can just click on all of these contacts, or I can just select like a certain number of results. And once I do that, I can add all of these contacts to a campaign. I can also use the search option here, and it will automatically run the search for me. So for example, if I delete all of these filters, right, and here I type, like for example, here it suggests engineers in New York that have 5 years of experience, and I can just go on and on and on, right? So then the AI will think through my search, right? I think type something wrong, right? But probably it's the years of experience. So let's just do engineers in New York, or maybe I made a typo, I don't know. But okay, there it worked, right? So when you run the search here, right, it will show you all of the results for the search criteria that you use. And obviously we are improving these more and more, right? So basically the end goal is that we can use AI, that's why it's called search with AI, to whatever criteria you have, we can just give you results for it, right? The next thing is once you have pushed the data into a campaign, you will be able to see all of that data here into this dashboard, right? The first thing you want to do when you start a campaign is click on add new, and then you will name the campaign. And once you name it, it will show up here, right? So I'm going to show you, for example, this campaign sent to HR people. This is a campaign from a client of ours. They have obviously granted us permit to show all of this data. And what they achieve is pretty interesting. So I think this is a good example of a campaign that is not too large, but it can get you like considerable results, right? Because here, this campaign was sent out to, let's see the total, 500. Yeah, so the number is correct. So 515 people received this email, out of which a 16% reply, so that's 83 people, and a 29% replied positively. So 24 people say, yes, let's do it, let's purchase, let's partner, whatever it is, right? And why is this so relevant? Because every extra sale, depending on the volume, so for this person, every sale or the average ticket for this person is around $1,000, right? So every extra percentage that you can make could make, a big difference. And when you are paying $50 or $100 for a product like this, and then you make like an extra sale, it could make a difference. So it's not just about saving time, but it could be also about like additional positive ROI. So once you are into, like, let's say we're crafting the campaign from scratch, right? So once you created your first campaign, the first thing you will want to do is go to the leads tab. In the leads tab, you will be able to import all of your data, right? You can click here on add leads. You can bring your own databases using the CSV file uploader, using the lead finder in case you haven't pushed data from the lead finder, type the emails manually, or just, bring your own data from a Google Sheet. Now, the interesting part about this section specifically is that if you select all of these contacts, you can use the Instantly email verifier. So we can verify the contacts for you, and then we will show you the status, whether they're valid or invalid. We also tell you the email provider you use in case you want to target specifically certain email providers like Google or Outlook, because you're very into email deliverability. And we also give you the option to use AI, to use prompts. So when you click on this blue brain, you can use something called AI prompts, and it's literally ChatGPT built into Instantly. So you can use prompts to create first lines or clean up company data. Literally, like, it's up to your imagination. Whatever you can prompt, you can just do it here. So you don't have to be jumping platforms. You just connect your own API keys from ChatGPT, OpenAI, and then you can start prompting. So once you have the right data, you can just create the sequences here, right? This is a campaign aimed at another country, so that's why it's in a weird language. And basically, it looks a little bit messy because it's using something a little bit technical called syntax. But once you show the end message, it's going to show it like properly structured and everything, right? So what syntax does, and this is an option that you have in Instantly, it's not mandatory. So, we can do it for you literally with 2 clicks using this AI tool and then click on AI syntax writer. So syntax rewrites your email and writes different versions of your email that will combine among each other. And that way you're saying the same thing, but using different words, right? Now, the beauty behind all of this is that you can test different variants, right? Different subject lines, different bodies. And that way, when you look at your overall analytics, you can stay with what's performing best and, pause the ones that are not performing so well, right? So that is something that you can achieve here. And once you have crafted your message, you have like done your syntax or like use your prompts. Now you have the right, let's say you connect your email accounts, you craft the message, you already brought the data. So we're pretty close to launching the campaign. You can select the time zone for your campaign, right? To make sure that they're receiving emails when they wake up. And the last step is in the options tab, where you have a few like extra additions in order to make sure you land on the inbox. Like for example, this delivery optimization, right? Which basically allows you to send emails as text only. In case you want to try that, that's something that we strongly recommend. That's why it shows as recommended. And then we have additional options like sending patterns. I don't want to get too technical here, but basically we give you like more options to make sure you land on the inbox because that's our focus, right? That's our bread and butter. And that's about it. You just click on save and launch. And once the campaign has been launched, you can see all of your replies here on the Unibox. So the Unibox is a central inbox where we basically connect all of your email accounts under one place, right? And we also tell you the status of these emails, right? So we tell you if they are interested or not. We have an AI that classifies the emails for you. And when you reply back to these emails, we also have an AI that will suggest what to reply back. It's in the options, right? It's in the settings, and it can reply on autopilot or it can suggest the reply to send to this prospect, right? And that's pretty much about it. Like we also have other features, of course. You can see your overall analytics from your campaigns. We also have the CRM, right? Where you can see all of your email accounts connected, and basically you can see the replies and, like I say, make phone calls, reply back with SMS. Obviously, you need to upgrade for the CRM. And lastly, we have something called website visitors, which is an interesting feature for some of you out there. It basically allows you to uncover who is visiting your website. So you can basically target anyone who is visiting your website but did not fill a form, right? And we uncover somewhere around 10 to 20% of your visitors. So we can help you target those who visit your website but did not turn into customers or, did not like reach out to you, right? And we give you 50 email credits for free per month, but you can also upgrade if you want, in our platform. So
wow, very cool. Can you just clarify that a lot of the AI, the spin tax, is that included in the monthly price or is that an additional?
Yeah, that's included in the $97 plan. In the hypergrowth plan, we have a lot of stuff included in the plan because we don't want people like paying extra for like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's built.
Gotcha. And then what about the email lead verification? Is that included as well?
I know that's separately, like, yeah, because it's an email verifier and like it's not too expensive, to be honest. I think it starts from $17 for 5,000 email credits. And yeah, we're very proud of the email verifier, to be honest, because we are kind of email nerds and we wanted to build the best email verifier in the market. And the current issue with email verifiers is that you have valid, invalid, risky, unknown, and catch-all emails, right? So a standard email verifier will only tell you valid and invalid emails, and you will have to basically dump the remaining data, catch-all, risky, unknown. And sometimes that can even represent up to 50% of your emails, right? So at one point we thought like, hold on a second. So people are losing 50% of their data, right? Up to 50%. Sometimes it can be less, right? So then we were like, wait, let's just build the best email verifier we can. And we found a way to further validate emails, and we tell you which catch-all and risk and unknown emails are actually valid and invalid. So we are able to almost double the amount of valid emails that people can obtain. So rather than now throwing away up to 50% of your databases, we can actually uncover that remaining 50% and tell you which ones are truly valid and invalid. So we're pretty proud of it. We don't pitch it too hard because we don't want to like people to lose the focus into what we do, because sometimes when you have too many products, it can be a bit confusing. But yeah, rest assured that the email verifier that we have, we put a lot of work into that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, I definitely appreciate this conversation, and especially the opportunity to look behind the curtain with you, Felipe.
say it's a really good looking product. I think from an aesthetic, the UI is fantastic. It's nice and simple, very intuitive, and personally also just impressed with like a lot of the AI features, the spin tax, and even the Unibox, consolidating everything there and being able to just make a lot of these manual pain points just a lot more smooth and a lot more enjoyable, from, you know, lead verifying to creating new domains and creating new domain addresses, right? It seems like you can do everything there. So I think this is a huge value add that a lot of people can incorporate, whether you're a solopreneur or a small team or an established team. I recommend everyone who's watching this to take a hard look at Instantly. And I guess the only other question I have is, what does the customer support look like there? Like, do you just fill out a quick ticket and then the team kind of gets back to you in case people have any questions?
No, of course. Yeah, so anyone with further questions, they can always reach out to our support at instantly.ai, or live support chat. We have 40 reps from all over the world, and we get around 30,000 support tickets per month. So it's, yeah, it's been a bit crazy, but we have an average response time of like 2 to 3 minutes per ticket. So rest assured that if you open a support ticket, we'll respond to you in 3 minutes, at least on average, right? That's the average response time that we have. So yeah, you can reach out to us at support instantly.ai. If you would like to schedule a call with us, like I said, you can go to instantly.ai/demo in case you're, willing to spend like a few $100s. Otherwise, for the PLG motion, like if you want to buy like a small plan, we have everything like fully automated for you. But for those enterprise clients, right, that just they want to make like a considerable spending and they want to talk to a person, we also have that option for them.
Perfect. And we'll make sure that we include all the links below in the description box. So thank you, Felipe, again, to you and your team. Excited to see what you guys do in the future. We'll definitely keep in touch and looking forward to seeing what you guys do. And I appreciate the conversation.
Thank you so much, Preston. Thank you, everyone.
So guys, what do you think? I think this is an awesome tool. No more do you have to figure out how to create new domain inboxes, new emails, whether or not you're actually hitting those deliverability scores. Instantly does it all. I love the AI features. I love the interface. I love the fact that everything consolidates in their Unibox. It's a fantastic tool to literally help your email operations and outreach evolve to that next level. So if you're interested and you're excited to try them out, click on the link below. We'd love to hear your thoughts about it, and we'll see you on the next one.